It's Memorial Weekend and Mazda has given us the 2021 CX-9 to test for a family review. It's been since 2006 since Mazda has given us a real minivan. The Mazda 5 was discontinued in 2016 and all we have left is a CX-9 three-row crossover to support the families in the Mazda lineup. Does it make the cut? Let's find out. The CX-9, my wife and I both agree that it looks really good for an SUV, and we do think the CX-9 definitely looks a little bit more premium, a little bit more sporty, has a long hood. It looks good overall, the headlights, the taillights, the silhouette. It's a great looking SUV, and I think that's one of its strongest selling points. The interior is nice, as you would expect from a Mazda, but there are some things about it that kind of drive me nuts. There is a plethora of chrome on the doors here around the window switches, chrome in the center console around the shifter and the rotary knob. There's chrome around the front vents, and this chrome, while it might look good in pictures, it is blinding. Literally, it absolutely blinds you as you're driving, and it is not a good thing for safety. So Mazda, get rid of, I'll take black glossy plastic over shiny chrome blinding me any day of the week. Now, as we get out of the neighborhood and onto the highway here, we know the 2.5 liter turbocharged Skyactiv G is a gem of an engine, and if it's right at home here in this CX-9. You always have that 300 plus pound-feet of torque available to you, and it's just so effortless passing people when you're on the highway. I took this vehicle to Miami and back. There were times I was going over 90 miles an hour, not even realizing it, because the torque it's like a sneaky accelerator. You don't even realize you're gaining speed. But yeah, the torque is great. Now back to the interior in terms of usability with the family, like honestly, it doesn't make a lot of sense in our situation. It is far more usable than like the Lexus GX that has 3 rows of seats that I tested a couple of weeks ago. It's far more practical compared to that. Fuel economy is going to be better. I'm getting over 20 miles per gallon, about 21. Again, most of that's on the highway. Like I said, I went to Miami. And as we hit the brakes here, the brakes have to work a lot harder to get this thing stopped. I just test drove the CX-5 a couple of weeks ago as well, and I love that vehicle. I couldn't find really any faults about it, but the brakes in this vehicle compared to the CX-5, it's night and day. But this vehicle, you have to get into the brake pedal a lot more. It definitely works a lot harder to stop the vehicle. It's about 500-600 pounds heavier than the CX-5, and yes, it's a little bit more labor intensive to get the vehicle to a stop. Now back to the interior, I keep getting distracted as I'm driving. The climate control is fairly easy to get to while you're driving, but when you're parked, the shifter is like in the way of you messing with the climate control, so that's inconvenient. I've already expressed my concerns with the rotary dial, and Mazda says they should give you a touchscreen. I'm not gonna elaborate too much into that today. And in terms of getting the kids in, it is pretty tight back there. Luckily they're small, they're able to maneuver around the seats and climb through the captain's chairs and the signature grade pretty easily. But getting them strapped into their buckles and everything, it's a little bit more labor intensive for the parents to reach back into the kind of the cramped quarters back there. If you want to stick an adult in the third row, make sure they're fairly short. I would say like 5'8" and shorter, because even though I had okay leg room for 6'1", my head was just connected to the roof, which was very uncomfortable. And speaking of comfortability, these seats are a lot more comfortable than the ones in the CX-5 Signature. Those I felt were too hard and they didn't have a lot of bolstering. This vehicle seems to have better bolstering and the seats are a little bit softer. They're definitely on the firm side, but they're far more comfortable than the seats in the CX-5. In terms of quietness, I'm going about 60 miles per hour, and it is very, very quiet in here, as you'd come to expect from a lot of my Mazda reviews. The vehicles are very quiet. Unless you hit some less than perfect pavement, you're going to feel it, you're going to hear it a little bit, as these are a little bit more sporty on the sportier end, but at least the driving mechanics kind of match the sportier, more sophisticated looks as well. Now Mazda is kind of filling this role of a premium brand that kind of sits below a luxury brand, and there are some things in here that are definitely premium, like the seats, the styling of the vehicle, but there are some things that detract from it being a more of a luxury vehicle that are pretty obvious. We have the use of wood, or what appears to be wood, around the center console here, around the shifter, and on the door panels. But when you open the door, you can just see that it's a decal because that wood pattern runs out of space at the end of the window controls. And if it's fake wood, why don't you just use it everywhere? Like, why don't you just put it around the vents here? Because you have this strange diamond pattern up here as well on the doors, around the handles. That, to me, it just doesn't fit very well. Mazda still has the clunky motor in the seats. I know that's like a small complaint, but if they want to be a luxury brand or get a little bit closer, they need to have a more smooth motor for the seat controls. If you want to see my full impressions on their seat motors, watch my Mazda 6 review. In a luxury car, even the heating and cooling system is quiet and powerful. And this vehicle, when you turn the fans all the way on, it is unnecessarily loud. Like, I feel like I'm talking over a jet engine right now. So I can't run this vehicle in automatic mode here in Florida, because in automatic mode, it's gonna wanna blast the fans because it's always hot. So I have to do everything manual with the climate control. All right, we're parking the car to get some B-roll of the vehicle, and we'll be right back. All right, we got some nice B-roll footage there. Now we're gonna test out the cargo capacity with having kids in the car. We're gonna head to Trader Joe's. We're short on food, as you can imagine, with so many kids. Let's get over there, fill up this car, and see how well it does. On our way to Trader Joe's, I just wanted to add this to the comfort of this vehicle. Something that you don't really keep in mind, but when you spend a couple hours driving so far in it, you notice the small things when it comes to comfort. This armrest is the softest, most comfortable place I've ever put my arm in a vehicle. I don't know why. And even the armrest in the center console here is just as comfortable. It doesn't open up in a nice way, the armrest area for this, but you just keep it down and put your arm on it, you'll enjoy it better. Okay, we made it to the grocery store. Half the kids have fallen asleep, so I'm going in solo. I'll figure it out. Having the 360 camera while we're driving around parking lots is like a game changer, to be honest. You have so many people with shopping carts, traffic moving around, people walking behind the car. So it was nice to have that as we were leaving the Trader Joe's parking lot. All right, I've driven it across the state of Florida. I've gone grocery shopping with the family. I've loaded up with kids and maximized its cargo capacity. So I have a good idea of the CX-9. And it is a very good SUV overall. It's not the most practical. It is a little bit limited in cargo capacity, people capacity, and just overall ergonomics. The interior comfort is there, the powertrain is there, the looks are there for sure. As I've reviewed so many Mazda products in the last few months, this one kind of seems one of the most lackluster. And it could be just, I have a big family and it doesn't kind of fit my needs as I would like it to. But with all the complaints I had about the vehicle, it is still very enjoyable. It's very easy day to day, unless you have 3+ kids like I do. But for the average person buying this car, I would say they would need to have 2 to 3 kids max. No way you're gonna fit a stroller in the back with having all the seats loaded up. It just doesn't make any sense, and Gigi agrees. But overall, I do like the CX-9. To me, it just doesn't live up to the greatness of the rest of the Mazda lineup. And it will be interesting to see how Mazda transforms this vehicle over time. Hopefully they can make it a little bit bigger, as this is the biggest vehicle in their lineup. And in my opinion, if they can have something that's more of a direct Kia Telluride Hyundai Palisade fighter, I think they would have an absolute winner on their hands. but this vehicle, despite that, still sells well for the company. We're due for a redesign in the next few years. Guys, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll see you down in the comments below on what you think of the CX-9, what questions you might have as I take that turn fairly hard. It does not want to take turns like the CX-5, like a Mazda 6 or Mazda 3 or CX-30 for that matter. It definitely feels super heavy under the turns, but I already talked about how heavy it feels with the braking earlier. I need to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Japanese and Korean auto reviews and news, and I'll catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.